You are welcome. I invite you to the channel Messiah Revelation Ministry End Time Ministry. We are looking at the arrival of the Messiah. We are preparing the world for the arrival of the Messiah. It's a very difficult assignment because you are subject to a lot of spiritual attacks. You are also sometimes doubting what you see. And so today we are looking at issues. Do you still believe? Do you still have faith? And so that is the message for today. Do you still believe? You've heard so many things from this channel. Do you still believe? Do you still believe that the Negroes are the Hebrews spoken of in the Bible? Do you still believe that? And there are a lot of things that I've said on this channel. They relate to visions and divine encounters. And some of the messages relate to mysteries of heaven. And there's no way you will know those mysteries unless they are revealed to you. And I've said so many things on this channel. And one of the things that I've said is that the final trumpet of heaven has sounded. And I've also said that in the end times, the richest country in the world will be an African country, a Negro country, a black country located in West Africa. Do you still believe? Do you still believe in those things? And you put yourself in my shoe. You look at the continent of Africa, and then somebody is telling you that in the end time, the richest nation in the world will come from that continent, the dark continent, the lost continent, the forgotten continent. Do you still believe? Do you still believe that the Negroes are the Hebrews spoken of in the Bible? Do you still believe? After watching movies and documentaries about the characters in the Bible, and they are portrayed as white men, white women with European features. And then somebody is telling you that the Negroes are the Hebrews spoken of in the Bible. Do you still believe? Do you still believe in the mysteries of heaven that are revealed to the servants of God? Do you still believe? And if you don't believe, you are not alone. Because John the Baptist saw signs from heaven that Yeshua was the Messiah, and he knew it. There was a time that John's faith was tested because he sent his disciples to go and ask the Messiah, "Are ye the Messiah, or should we look for another?" John the Baptist himself was doubting whether Yeshua was the Messiah. And there are a lot of things that are revealed to the servants of God, and they themselves sometimes will doubt. And so John the Baptist is not alone. And so we are still asking the question, do you still believe? Do you still believe that a black man, a black woman is the Hebrew or the Jew, quote unquote, spoken of in the Bible? Do you still believe? The prophets, self-appointed prophets, they have a large pulpit. They are evangelical. They have a lot of financial support. And they claim they see visions. And they say that somebody else is the chosen of God. The Jews are the chosen of God. And every year people go on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. And the people living there are considered as the chosen of God. But you come to this channel and somebody, a Negro from Africa, is telling you that the Negroes are the Hebrews. And then the question is, do you still believe? Am I telling lies? The things that I say on the channel, are they lies? It's just to get attention or publicity? Do you still believe? You are a black American, you are an African American, you are an Afro American, and they call you derogatory words, you are a Negro, and then somebody is telling you that you are not a Negro, you are a Hebrew. I'm asking you a question. Do you still believe? Do you still believe? How can a black man be a Jew? How can the Messiah be a black man? How can the Messiah be a Negro? Do you still believe? Let me tell you a story. It happened in Baltimore in the United States. I was walking on a street and I saw a black man. Definitely he's an African American. He was on the street. He was selling a portrait of Jesus and the 12 disciples. And all of them were black. Jesus was black. His disciples were black. So I asked him a question. How come Jesus is black? How come the disciples are black? And he explained to me that Jesus was actually a black person. His disciples were black. And the Europeans have changed his color. They've misinterpreted the Bible and the characters in the Bible. Honestly, I didn't buy the portrait because at that time I thought the man was being too black. BLACKKK. He was being too black. I didn't believe that Jesus was black or disciples were black, and that was somewhere in the 1990s. Then came 2006, 2007, when the Lord began to reveal things to me. And that was April the 5th, 2007. On that occasion, Yeshua, Jesus Christ, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, appeared to me in a night vision. And he came with John the Baptist. So both of them came in a vision. And they were conversing, and I heard the conversation. And I saw John the Baptist with a wedding ring, and he was waving the ring for me to see the ring that he was wearing. Then I woke up from the vision. I discussed that with a lady that I knew. We normally talk about Bible issues. And I said, hey, last night I had a vision, John the Baptist, and the Messiah appeared to me, and they were black men. Both of them were black men with Negroid features, and their hair was Negro. Is it Satan who appeared to me? And so the lady said, no, the stinking one cannot come close to you. And she used the word stinking one, referring to Satan, Satan small s. Yes, Jesus appeared to you. It's true. And that was a long time after the Lord himself appeared to me sitting on his throne and with water coming from the throne. Here was I. I didn't know much about the Bible. I was not reading the Bible. How will I interpret a vision where you see somebody wearing white robe, white hair, sitting on the throne, and water is coming from under the throne? It was only 3 years later that I read the Bible, the book of Revelation. Then I got to know that actually God sits on the throne, and Apostle John saw a river of life flowing from under the throne of the Lord. And so what I saw in a vision was actually a vision of the Almighty Lord himself. And so on April the 5th, 2007, when Yeshua and John the Baptist appeared to me, both as black men, that was a true vision. It means that the Messiah was a black man. John the Baptist was a black man. And so going back to the early 1990s, the portrait that was being sold on the street of Baltimore by a black man depicting Jesus as a black man and the disciples as black men, it was actual representation of the truth. Do you still believe that Jesus was a black man, the disciples were black men? Do you still believe? After what I'm telling you, the vision of Yeshua, Messiah, received on April the 5th, 2007. They were both Negroes. And I'm telling you this, and I'm standing by my testimony. Do you still believe? Probably you don't believe it. And a lot of people will not believe it because they are influenced by racial prejudice. And they have been indoctrinated with racial prejudice. The educational system is based upon racial prejudice. Their culture is based upon racial prejudice. And so they can be pastors of mega churches, but they are prejudiced and they cannot divorce their prejudice from the truth. That is fine. Their prejudice will take them to where they don't want to go because they will be condemned because of their prejudice. The Negroes are the Hebrews. Do you still believe? If you don't believe, read Numbers chapter 6, verses 1 to 5. Numbers chapter 6, verses 1 to 5 is about instructions that Moses gave to the Nazarites. A Nazarite is somebody who is set apart by God to do God's work. And there are some vows that you have to obey. You have to have a particular lifestyle, including the way you keep your hair. Don't cut your hair. Razor should not go near the hair of Samson because he was a Nazarite. He was a Rasta man. And are you not telling me that he was a Negro? He was a Rasta man. Who else was a Nazarite? Prophet Samuel, the prophet who anointed King Saul, the prophet who anointed King David, the prophet of the Most High. Samuel was a Nazarite. He was set apart. What was his hair like? If you read Numbers chapter 6, verse 1 to 5. John the Baptist was a Nazarite. And even if I don't read Numbers 6, verse 1 to 5, I rely on the vision that I saw April the 5th, 2007, when John the Baptist and the Messiah both appeared to me in a vision, and they were black men. They were black. There's no doubt about it. Do I still believe? Yes, I do believe. But initially, I had doubt in my mind. In the same way that John the Baptist had doubt in his mind, even when he saw the miracles performed by the Messiah, he still doubted whether the Messiah was the Messiah, and he asked a question: do we have to seek for another Messiah? Do you still believe that the Negroes are the Hebrews? After all the centuries of racial prejudice, European white superiority complex, and their prejudice, do you still believe, after all the preachings by white evangelicals portraying everybody in the Bible as a white person, do you still believe that the Negroes are the Hebrews? Do you still believe? When the early Christians wrote about the Bible and the characters, the biblical characters in the Bible, when the Vatican itself, the custodian of biblical records, had a black Madonna, indicating that the mother of the Messiah was a black woman. And now, all of a sudden, as a result of racial prejudice, they change the color of Madonna just by the arts of a painter, European painters. And they've changed the color of all Bible characters. They changed the color of God. They changed the color of angels. And they've changed the color of cities, the colors of rivers and mountains out of racial prejudice. Do you still believe that the Negroes are the Hebrews spoken of in the Bible? You don't believe it. But anytime that I say the Negroes are the Hebrews, I get more revelations confirming that. And sometimes when I do videos saying the Negroes are the Hebrews, I get confirmation from signs and wonders that appear. They appear in the sky. I see it. They come as visions to confirm that what I'm saying is true. No wonder that awakening is subject to satanic spiritual attacks. So that sometimes when you do videos, they are manipulated. Sometimes the equipment all of a sudden doesn't function very well. All of a sudden you get some attacks from one or two places, and you even have visions where people are coming to set your equipment on fire. I see all those things. It's because we are revealing the mysteries of heaven, and Satan and his agents do not like it. Satan is a liar, and his children, daughters and sons, are liars. They live in darkness, and darkness dwells with them. And so they don't want to encounter light. Do you still believe that the Negroes are the Hebrews? If you don't believe, I do, because the Lord has revealed that to me. The woman that I saw in the queue, in the line, singing the song, in the name of the Lord, in the name of the Lord, they were Negroes women. They were African American women. A divine confirmation that the people that they call the Negroes in America, the African Americans, they are Hebrews. The Negroes are the Hebrews. Do you still believe? The Messiah said in Revelation 2 verse 9, Revelation 3 verse 9, that in the end of this, there will be some people who call themselves Jews, but they are not. They are synagogue of Satan. Do you still believe in the Messiah? Do you still believe? Do you still believe in the Messiah, or you believe in the fake evangelicals? Do you still believe in the Messiah? Do you still believe in the Bible? Do you still believe in those who are selling the gospel for money? They are influenced by money and power and popularity. And so they give you fake gospel to promote fake agenda. Do you still believe in the Messiah? Do you still believe that the Messiah has not gathered his people yet? Do you believe that? Do you believe in the prophecy written in Isaiah 11 verse 11? That the root of Jesse will gather the outcasts of Israel and the dispersed of Judah from the places listed in Isaiah 11:11. Do you still believe in the Bible, or you believe in fake evangelicals? Who do you want to believe? Do you still believe in the Bible? Do you still believe in the revelations given to his servants, the prophets? Do you still believe in the prophecy in Amos 3 verse 7? The Lord will do nothing except that he reveals his secrets to his servants, the prophet. Do you still believe? Or are you going to believe in those who are false prophets? Matthew 24 verse 4. In the last days, there will be a lot of false prophets. Out of ignorance, a lot of people will teach false doctrines. But a lot of them will also teach false doctrines because they are daughters and sons of Lucifer. And their mandate is to steal, kill, and destroy. They work from the blueprint of satanic manifesto. Do you still believe in them? Who do you want to believe? The Negroes are the Hebrews based on revelation. The Messiah is coming to gather the outcasts of Israel and the dispersed of Judah from all the four corners of the earth. Don't let any fake pastor, fake evangelical deceive you. We are in the end times. There are a lot of them. They are counterfeit pastors and prophets on the internet, deceiving so many people so that they will lose their faith. Don't lose your faith. Do you still believe the Negroes are the Hebrews? Period and period and period. Thank you. My email is raptureafrica@yahoo.com. Small letters, one word. I'm leaving it in the description box. We are tired of deception, and we have to call the spade a spade. Thank you for watching this video.